Hello Cancer, this is Joe, and this is a reading mid-June to the end of June 2020 for the sign of Cancer. What is your superpower this month? This is a spiritual message and not a literal superpower message. So with that said, this should resonate with sun, moon, rising signs, but it isn't going to be for everybody, obviously. And with that said, we're going to pull one major arcana, one minor arcana, and an oracle card, and we're going to see what the message is for you for mid to the end of June. This is an amazing, powerful time, and we have planets going in retrograde or are in retrograde. We have this lunar eclipse coming up. It doesn't matter if you can view the eclipse from your part of the world or not, but it is indeed an important, exciting time. So let's get right to it. I've already done a pre-shuffle on the cards, and we are going to pull your cards and see what comes out. So Cancer, what is your superpower? This is a spiritual message, this Chariot. All right, we are going to dig into that. This is going to be a short reading. It's not going to be overdone and long. If you hear any noises, that could be my kids upstairs banging around, bouncing around. And let's see, we need one minor arcana and an oracle card. Ace of Pentacles, nice. And we need one of these, and we'll get into it. So Chariot, that's an interesting card to have as your strength for this month. What is it that that card means? To me, the first word I get is empowerment, but this is like co-empowerment, and I'll explain why and what I mean by co-empowerment. So so the Chariot is about it's, first of all, the first thing that comes to mind, the Chariot is about force and moving forward. Sometimes it can be about brute force and victory and success, but here's the thing: the Chariot is pulled by a horse or horses, and so all the work that's being done really isn't necessarily by you. The Chariot, or the war wagon, or whatever you want to call that thing, that was the technology of the day back then, and it was something that was used not only in war and fighting and battle, but the Chariot was also a method and means to quickly deliver messages, and even sometimes equipment. Though the Chariot usually was for one person, quite often it's associated with somebody of nobility riding around. But with all that said, and all the different scenarios and meanings out of the Chariot, this is about, to me, brute force, in the sense that it's not aggression, but forcefully and deliberately moving forward. But a lot of the work is not being done by you, because that wagon, that Chariot, is being pulled. So I feel this month your superpower, your strength, is realizing and knowing that your forward momentum and your forward movement is partly due to spiritual forces around you and in your life, and having a recognition of that is something that is going to only increase and amplify your ability to push forward, move forward, and be empowered to either take on or do or accomplish any task that you're setting out for. So that is the base of the message here, and that is like it's similar to co-creation, but in the sense that you have help. You have help in the unseen, angels, guides, whatever, that are pulling that Chariot. You are a passenger. This is an assistance in this time in your life to push forward, move forward with strength, determination, courage, and it is somewhat an unstoppable force. And so when you have that realization that you have like this divine assistance and guidance that is kind of doing a majority of the work, you can breathe easy knowing that you have a good amount of help in your path at this time in your life. And so you also have the Ace of Pentacles here. So the Ace of Pentacles with this Chariot is probably a lot to do with your stability, but this is not old stability. This is not old things. This is about a path, a destination of new stability. This is something that is somewhat similar to a new beginning, or a new idea, or planting new seeds, so that you can have a harvest later on down the road. So you may be approaching something mid-June, end of June, or even right now, prior to this message, but you are probably going into a time where you are seeking changes, you are seeking to increase the stability, abundance in your life, and you are probably on somewhat of a new path. And so you have this help and this assistance, because you might feel fatigued at times and feel like giving up and just letting go. So I feel like this is really very much about having that security around you in that chariot, being pulled, even though you are guiding the direction, you are guiding where things are going, you have this assistance that is not only in front of you pulling you, but this protection behind you. And I really feel that's what this message is about, is being very empowered in a spiritual kind of way. It's very cool. The Oracle card is a leg up, and we talked about this assistance, this help. I think that's what this message is about, Cancer, is getting help from places that you might not recognize. You might have a sense of it, and you might have a belief in that, but that doesn't matter. But having the realization that there are unseen forces in the spiritual that have your best interest on the forefront of their mission, and they want to see you succeed and accomplish. And sometimes we need that help to push forward difficult times in our lives, times where things maybe seem a little too hard. And this is about that chariot being pulled by those spiritual forces so that you can focus on the direction you want to go in and get the help that you need to get things rolling with a new found path, stability, and new growth in your life. So Cancer, that's your message. It's all about being empowered and having assistance, divine assistance in that empowerment. So with that said, that's the end of this reading. It's very short, very quick, and if it resonates, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a message, comment below, let me know, and subscribe if you want to hear more. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.